If you are prone to dropping your phone or are attempting to function with a cracked screen, pay attention because this new Nokia could be for you. Hi, I'm Jess Kelly, Newstalk's technology correspondent, and this is Tech Bytes, where we aim to make your tech choices that bit easier. And today we are looking at the Nokia XR20. As we've said many times, there are so many phones on the market at the moment, and the point of difference with this one is its durability. We're going to put that to the test in just a few minutes' time, but first I want to give you a bit of a tour of the device. The first thing you'll notice when you take it out of the box is that, like myself, it's a little bit chunky. There is definitely an extra bit of weight there. You will see that it is perhaps a little bit thicker than the average smartphone, but it's by no means an ugly device. If we look around at the different ports and buttons and so on one side we have the volume rocker, you have the power button which also doubles as a fingerprint scanner. We have a USB-C port, which is how you charge the device, and the lesser seen headphone jack, which is quite nice. There's also the option to put a lanyard on the phone if you so wish. When we flip to this side, you have a button that really annoys me, and I know I shouldn't get annoyed by a button, but I do. This is a Google Assistant button, which I think I've used a grand total of 0 times. If we look at the top of the device, you will note a red button up here. And this is quite interesting, particularly when you consider the functionality and the potential functionality of this phone. If you press this button, you can select it to call an emergency contact. If you are someone, say, working on a construction site, or if you're giving this phone to somebody who may be vulnerable, maybe elderly, you can program it so that if they press this red button, it will contact a select emergency contact. You can also opt to have it as a shortcut key, so you could press it to open the camera, open particular apps. It's quite handy once you figure out how and when you want to use it. If we turn to the insides of the phone, this is where it gets quite interesting because there is quite a lot of spec behind that 6.7-inch screen. You do have a Snapdragon 750G chip inside with the option of either 4 or 6 gigs of RAM, which isn't bad when you consider the price tag is €450. Now, as you see it here on the desk, you may note that there's no glass back on the phone here now. We've kind of become accustomed to having glass on phones. They look beautiful, even though they are fingerprint magnets. Instead, what you have is a military grade casing. Not only is it very thick and durable on the back, there's also a slight lip that comes over the side of the phone. You will notice it straight away when you are swiping through your apps, for example. You will absolutely feel it, but it's there for a reason. If you drop the phone, if you have it in your bag, in your pocket, whatever it may be, you are protecting the screen by having this casing. It's worth noting that the screen, as I mentioned, is 6.7 inches, but it is covered in very thick, very strong Gorilla Glass. All of this leads to a very durable phone. You will see on the back of the device, we have the wonderful Nokia logo, but we also have the camera here, which is the Zeiss camera lenses. Nokia have been partnered with Zeiss for quite a while now. A lot of their phones have this technology built in. What we have here is a 48 megapixel standard wide lens and then a 13 megapixel ultra wide lens. It captures some beautiful images. However, when we look at the general functionality of the phone, this is where some marks get deducted. The first thing is the button on the side, which also doubles up as the fingerprint scanner. When I initially unboxed this phone and started to play around with it, I was constantly hitting this useless Google Assistant button. Small little functionality thing that gets a bit of getting used to, you get over it, but I had to moan about it. The other thing is, this doesn't always respond. It's not quite as easy to use or as responsive as I would like, particularly when you're not using the fingerprint scanner. So if you're just using it in the button mode, sometimes it takes a few goes. The other thing, and I don't know if I just become a bit of a spoilt brat using flagship devices like the iPhone 12 or our recently reviewed Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, the screen just isn't as bright as I would like. It's grand, it's functional, that's kind of the height of it. And that does take away ever so slightly from the images that you're capturing. As I mentioned, the cameras are very, very good, very impressive, but images just look fine on it. So just bear that in mind. However, that is not the purpose of this phone. You are not buying this phone for a stunning screen. You are not buying this phone for incredible sound. Although the speakers do sound okay, you are buying this phone for the durability, which we're going to put to the test now. So Nokia says this phone will survive a drop of around 1.5 meters. I don't think I've ever done this with a review phone, so here we go. Please be okay. Not a scratch. Okay, that was very stressful. My Fitbit's saying that my heart rate is 92. That was very stressful, but it's okay. So it all worked out. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I am satisfied with its durability. It survived my tremendous strength with that drop test, but I can see by looking at the crew around me that maybe they want to put it through its paces a little bit further. Yeah, I'm still obsessively looking for any marks or scratches. I feel very guilty for dropping a phone, but it looks like it survived. So why don't we test out that IP68 water resistance rating? Another first for Tech Bytes, I am going to dunk myself and a review device in water. And when I say myself, I mean on a YouTube video. You can't mess with this. Here we go. Okay, so it's been in there for a little while now and I am, as you can see, a bit stressed about it. Even though they say that they're waterproof and they're dustproof and they're very resilient, this is not my phone. This has to go back and I don't want to be the one to say to Nokia that I broke your durable phone. So, can I take it out yet? Come on. Oh, look at the drips. Okay, do you need CPR? Okay, it is. Still working. The screen is responding. It is still working. That was very stressful. Let's never do that again. Thank you. So as you have seen, this is a very durable phone, and at €450, it does represent good value as a mid-ranged smartphone. But would I buy it? Honest answer, probably not. But I am not the target audience here. I am rarely out on busy construction sites. I don't have young kids who will use my phone as a frisbee. I would rather a device that is more powerful for productivity purposes rather than something that has military grade resistance. One thing to bear in mind, however, if you do somehow manage to damage the screen of this device within the first year, you will get a free screen replacement. The rest of the phone comes with a 3-year warranty, so it really is built to last in more ways than one. So if you tick any of those boxes I mentioned earlier, this really could be the phone for you because you can't really put a price on peace of mind.